In this demonstration, we're going to cover worksheet formatting. So how do you insert and delete rows and columns or individual cells, and how do you adjust the row heights and the column heights. So let's open up the sample Excel worksheet here, and what I've done is in these 20 cells I've just put the numbers 1 through 20, and what we're going to do in this demonstration is cover the different options up here in the cells part of the ribbon. So if I click, say, on the number 7 here, and I go insert, and I want to insert an entire row, so insert sheet rows, by default it's going to create an empty row above where I'm currently at. So let's do that, and you notice how it inserted an entirely new row above the 7. If you were to insert a column, it's always going to insert to the left of where you currently are. So let's do an insert sheet rows, or columns, sorry. And now you notice everything over here got shifted to the right, and it created this new column here. Let's just undo that, both of those. I hit Control Z, that's a shortcut for undo. Or you can use the undo button from up here, and there's the redo button. And now let's play with some individual cells. So instead of inserting an entire row or column, I just want to insert a new cell where my current cursor is. So let's hit Insert Cells, and it's going to come up with this dialog box here, and it's going to ask you, do you want to shift the cells down or to the right? So if we want to insert a new cell into E4 and we want this 8, 13, and 18 to shift down to make room for it, then we check off the shift cells down. So if we hit that, you'll notice that the 8, 13, 18 all got shifted down one cell. Now if we click on this 12 and we go insert cells and we do shift cells right instead, let me just move this over here, it's going to take this 12, 18, 14, and 15, and it's going to shift all those to the right one cell to make room for the new cell that you're going to insert. So you see how that works there. And same thing with the delete. So if we want to delete this entire row here, row number 5, we can go delete sheet rows, and it deleted that entire row. Now if we want to delete this individual cell, we go delete cells. So it's going to delete this 19, but it's going to have to know what to fill that with. So we can say shift all the cells to the right, shift them left one. So we go shift cells left, and what that means is this 20 is going to be shifted over to where the 19 is. Just like that. So that's how you insert and delete rows and cells. The other option up here is the format. You can adjust the row height and the column widths. So if we wanted the row heights of, say, these first two rows, so we go Format, Row Height. It's going to ask us how tall we want them. So by default the size is 15. So if you want it twice as high, put in 30, and now you can see these cells have doubled in size. Now you can also adjust them manually. You can take the cells and actually just drag them like so to get the different heights, but sometimes you want everything all to be the same height. So if you had to go through and adjust all these to a specific height, sometimes you're not going to get them exactly where you want them. So you can highlight the rows that you want and go to the row height, and you can set them all at the exact same thing so everything's consistent. And same thing with the column widths. Format, column width, and you can adjust the column width here. So let's say almost double that to 15, and it's going to double the width. Now another thing you might not know is that when you're dealing with Excel, you can, by double clicking in between the borders here, by double clicking here, it's actually going to adjust the C column to the minimum width without having anything be hidden. So if I double click this, see how it brought the width of the column down to the width of the 16. So if I double click on the D, it's going to narrow it down. So if you really want to condense your spreadsheet, you can actually just double click on these columns, and you can do them all at the same time. If you highlight the entire spreadsheet or just a portion of it, double click in between a set of columns or rows, is going to find the rows with content and it's going to squish them to the smallest it can get without cutting off portions of the content inside that spreadsheet. So this concludes this demonstration, and again, you should be playing around to see what other options are available in Microsoft Excel.